Vault hunters at their core are like treasure hunters, bounty seekers. They kind of live on the edge. They're fine taking matters into their own hands, kind of playing that gray space between what's right and what's wrong. Ultimately, they're after a buck or, riches, power, glory, you name it. And they're willing to do what they want to get to it.
So a vault hunter then is a treasure seeker, but also a vault hunter is someone that embraces the chaos that is the Borderlands and thrives. It starts with pitches from within the company. Anyone in the company can pitch a vault hunter. We play the game so much that we start to think about what we would want to see in it next. We collect pitches at the company level. We review those pitches and narrow it down. Often we'll take elements of multiple pitches and put them together to make something even more badass. And then it really goes to design.
We want them to be somebody that players and ourselves can relate to. We feel very similar to like a hero, like in a comic book is frequently a good reference point for us. You want to get something that feels familiar and play as somebody you actually want it to be in real life.
It starts with the ideation of trying to, define and decipher what kind of fantasies we want to build for players. And then from there, it goes into concept. Concept comes up with a bunch of ideas that then design reacts to. And so from there, you go on to building the character and then actually building the action skill. And that's a continuous process as you work with animation, effects, audio, seeing if it feels good, if it feels fun. Sometimes it doesn't. You go back and you have to redo stuff. So, Vault hunters are in constant production over the course of the project, and we will keep tweaking stuff until, code tells us, stop touching stuff, we gotta ship.
Yeah, I think the guiding principle of Borderlands in general is just to be badass. The abilities, the gear, everything, it all has to be the things that our community expects. They can be from any walk of life, they can bring anything to the table, but ultimately they have to be cool and they have to be fun to play.
We just approach each character and imagine who they are at their most heightened, in the most insane scenario you could place someone, and have them, because they are in the Borderlands, assume it to be the norm. The average day in the Borderlands would be an insane day for any of us. And what would a crazy day look like for someone that lives in this universe?
We're always looking for creating new and interesting experiences. We almost always have a soldier and we almost always have a siren, but we're always looking for, what if a siren had spooky dark powers? What if a soldier had a suit that was grafted to his body and he had like extra arms and ligaments to help him in battle?
To the team, delivering Vault Hunters that we know players will really love is everything. We want to make sure that we're playtesting, that we're bringing in players that can hit on each of the individual phases that we have through development. For me, that was one of my pillars to the team on this project, was playtest often. Any of these number of things that we have with systems and design, we want to get those in front of players so that they can tell us if we're on base or if we need to go and be a little bit better.
We're always looking at the community when it comes to our Vault hunters to make sure that we're kind of meeting their expectations and then exceeding them, and also surprising them. We can kind of infer a lot of what they're feeling, and we can use that to our advantage to try to play with those expectations. And so when the game comes out, they're still surprised in the wake of all the marketing that comes along with it.
Yeah, I'm so excited for the people to be able to actually get their hands on Borderlands 4 and just see how badass this world really is. It's not only bigger, and bigger by a large extent than any Borderlands we've made, but it's also far more detailed and far more beautiful.
We're back, and we're bigger and better than ever. We have so much more abilities, so much more that goes into our Vault Hunters. We have billions of guns. I think that people will be really, really excited about where we're headed in Borderlands 4.